Welcome to the series Dreamers to Achievers. Today we have our guest, Ms. Barbra Marufu. As we all know, we're in the month of October, the month of breast cancer awareness. So she's here to share with us her experience. Ma'am, can you tell us about yourself?
Thank you very much, Sharon. As you have heard that my name is Mrs. Marufu, Barbra. I'm a breast cancer survivor. I was first diagnosed of breast cancer in 2003. Back then, I think things were a bit different from what is happening now. My diagnosis was, I really was shocked of the diagnosis, but I am happy because it was early. So it made treatment and management a lot better because it was early. But the thing that made me be able to move forward was my conviction that God is in control. Yeah, when I first heard about it, I just told myself that this is something I need to fight and I need to look at it positively. So I went through the treatment. It was difficult, but I thank God because I didn't experience, a lot of side effects as others. Yeah, I didn't have, to deal with nausea and the like. So I thank God for that. And also, I got a lot of support. A lot of support from my family, a lot of support from friends, and a lot of support from Cancer Center. One thing that I realized that I could have done it better after some time is that I was not given a choice of how to embrace how to go about the treatment. It was like prescribed. Okay. You have a lump, then it must be taken out. We must remove the breast. You must go for chemotherapy. So unlike these days, some people are given a choice of how they need to be treated, whether they want to have the breast removed and all. So that's my story. But I thank God because I looked at it positively and just told myself that God is in control.
Wow, that's quite interesting. Okay, so the emotional impact of breast cancer diagnosis can be immense. Could you elaborate on how it affected you?
Emotionally, yeah, I had my moments. Okay. I cannot say that it was a walk in the park throughout. There are times you cry. Yeah. There are times you ask yourself, why me? There are times you actually plan your funeral. There are times when, but I am grateful because those times were not a lot. Because my treatment and also because of the effects of the treatment enabled me to go to work. Okay. Being occupied when you are going through that helps you emotionally. Okay. I was a teacher then, so I had to go to school. And I had to wear a face before these 40-something students. And also my children were not, they were young, relatively. So I had to wear a positive face for them. And, a lot happened, but emotionally I was in a better space, especially because of the support.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And being occupied is one
Yes,
of the
yes, being occupied. Because after the treatment, I would maybe go on leave for 1 or 2 days. Then thereafter, you have to plan, you have to execute lessons, to mark and all that. Okay. That really helped me emotionally because I had something to look up to, which is very important when you are diagnosed with breast cancer.
Okay. Wow, that's really quite interesting. Okay. So educating oneself about breast cancer is vital. How did you go about gathering information regarding the disease and its treatment options?
My husband was the one who really had to do the digging and, you know, educating me instead. Okay. So he did a lot of research. Wow. You know, and we would talk about it so much that, you know, it was like it became not a frightening topic. It was something to look forward to after the long day. We would talk about, you know, the risk factors, you know, how you need to look after yourself. Then this emotional support, the organizations that are available for you to get the support and all. As far as treatment options are concerned, I think there was no option. It was just surgery, chemotherapy, and radiotherapy. And fortunately, you know, we had to discuss with my oncologist about radiotherapy, and I didn't go through radiotherapy for the first time, because actually in 2012 I had a recurrence. Some of my lymph nodes were involved, and they were taken out and they tested positive. So there, you know, I had a big talk with my oncologist, but I got the treatment, but I couldn't go through it because of the side effects. Yes, then that's when I had to, you know, to do it the other way, where I was, this doctor told me 3 important things that are, you know, in our lives, even if we are involved or we are not involved. That is, you need to have peace with yourself. You need to have, you know, a relationship with God and with yourself and with others. Why? Because it is good to be emotionally, you know, in a good space all the time, to forgive, you know, to be rid of bitterness. You know, at times we become bitter, and those things that when you are asleep and it comes up and you say, yeah. So that, and also what we eat. Yes. You know, that we are what we eat. Yeah, what do we eat? Are we, you know, always eating junk food, fried foods and the like? Meat intake, how is our meat intake and all? So she told me about how it is important to, you know, to eat things that build you. And the emphasis was the body is able to heal itself. The body is able to, you know, to repair itself. And the other thing that was, it was about rest. The sleeping, the importance of sleeping. Sleeping, deep sleep. That sleep, you know, when you can wake up and say, oh, it rained, but I didn't notice it. Yeah. Not sleeping and saying, oh, I could hear dogs barking. Right. No, but because she said that our bodies repair themselves, repair when we sleep, when we are in deep sleep. And the need to rest our digestion is what do we eat and when to eat.
Okay.
You find that at times nowadays we are so busy. 9 o'clock we go back home, and the meat is prepared, and we eat our supper late, and then we go to bed. In that case, there is a challenge, because when the body is digesting, it's not repairing. It repairs when it has to do one of the things. It's either digesting or repairing. Yes, so that is, there is need for us to eat early, maybe 6 o'clock, so that we digest before sleeping, and then when you sleep, we are resting and the body is repairing itself.
Okay, all right, that's wonderful. So it means you have to eat early, and so that your body digests the food, and then you rest. You get enough time to actually rest. That's quite interesting. Okay, thank you so much. I'll go on a short break. So what advice would you give to women who have been recently diagnosed with breast cancer out there?
My advice would be the need for a positive attitude.
Okay.
We at times we die before we die.
Okay.
Because if we look at it negatively, and we are always like asking the question, why me? And at times we actually, there are some, people who still believe that this is from who and who, I've been bewitched and all that, So if we embrace the condition and fight, I was in some fora and they were saying the women who survive breast cancer, they are made. They're cuckoos.
Okay.
Yes, they are not normal. So you actually need to be not normal.
All right.
And being the not normalness must be positive.
Okay.
You need to be a fighter.
Okay.
You need to know that breast cancer is not a death sentence. There's life before. I clocked 20 years from the first time I was diagnosed. It's because of, you have to look forward to a better life. It is, I think, when the Bible talks about, the power of the tongue, it's very true. It's very true. And that what you imagine, it will manifest. If you imagine yourself in a coffin and, and you say, okay, when I die, what will happen to this and that? You will actually, there are possibilities that you are going to die. Yes. With breast cancer, you need to be positive. You need, to plan, to plan ahead, to know that, in 2030, yes. So, it's very, very important. So that's the advice I would give to women, to know that it's not a death sentence. You can actually, you can conquer that. And, it says with God, all things are possible. It's unfortunate that some people don't believe in that. They don't believe in God. But I think believing in a higher power, that my life is not my own life. There is a power which drives my life. And believing in that higher power is very important. And, to look at things positively, the glass being half full, not half empty.
That's quite interesting. So positivity is the way to go, as you heard her say. Okay, so I'll ask my next question. So empowering women with knowledge is key. Can you share some important facts about breast cancer that all women should be aware of?
I think the facts are early detection is key.
Okay.
It's key to survival.
All right.
And you need to decide what the route you want to take when something is detected. And also that, yes, there are so many theories about treatment, about, but you need to be convinced to say, okay, I'm choosing to go for chemotherapy. There are so many stories that can be said. People who go for chemotherapy, some die, some survive. Those who don't go for chemotherapy, some die, some survive. So there's no like a clear-cut rule that you need to do this and that and that and that. It's different. I always tell people that I think with cancer, even the medical fraternity, it does not really know. They cannot tell you about the risk factors or whatever. Is it environmental? Is it social? Is it your genes or whatever you eat and all? But I think it's good to embrace everything and be able to say, okay, here is what I have. How am I going to handle it? So early detection is very important, and also to act. You've heard of women who were diagnosed with breast cancer. They were told, and they would say, oh, okay, I can't lose my breast. And then they go for the treatment too late when there's a wound oozing of, it becomes very difficult. So I think the education awareness is early to detect early. Self-examinations. Okay. Know yourself. Love your body. Love your breasts. Yeah, and know so that you can actually know when there is a difference. Right. Your nipple, how different is it? The texture of your breast, the size and all. Know yourself. Stand in the mirror and talk about how wonderful you are, and just know yourself.
Yeah. Wow, that's really quite interesting. Okay, so my last question will be, now let's talk about the support systems available for women diagnosed with breast cancer.
Unfortunately, there are some who are very unfortunate in such a way that even their family is not supportive. I've heard of women who were divorced because they got breast cancer. So because the support system, yes, the one out there like the Cancer Society, like us, we have a support group, the Conquerors Breast Care Trust, that can support you, but they are not always there. Your family is always there. Your family, how they look at you. Body language is very important. If all people are like looking at you like you are something frightening, and that you'll be a ghost very soon, it becomes very difficult. So the support system must start from home. I was, and I am still very, blessed that my husband was very supportive. I still remember when we went for treatment, in a room would be like maybe 20 to 30 women, and he would be the only man in there. Wow. But most of the women in there would be married, but the husbands, maybe they don't have time or whatever. So he would be there, like he would end up, like moving from one bed to the other, talking to the different women. Okay. So I really was very lucky, and also the family, my friends, and all that is very important. Yes, the structures may be there or may not be there, but the first support that you need is the family.
The family support.
It's the family. People who are close to you. Okay. People whom you look up to as people who love you. It's very, very important.
Okay. Well, you once spoke about diet. So which type of diet are you on? Like, what type of food do you eat? Can you share with us, say Monday to Friday? What do you eat?
doctor that helped me after my second recurrence talked about how important it is for us to be on a plant-based diet. Okay. You know, I went on 42 days on juicing. That is, you know, vegetable juice, not the juice that you buy in the shops. Vegetable juice, green juice, juicing carrots and the like. Okay. Then the other time I went on salads, steamed vegetables, and no meat. Okay. You know, because the theory is meat is hard to digest. Okay. In some books we talk about 72 hours to digest meat, but in other you know, so if you rest your body, you rest your digestive system and all that. So it helped me. Yeah, but people differ and people have different theories. But for me, I really was I'm really grateful because it really helped me. Because after that, I went for a PET scan in South Africa, and they said I don't have any trace of cancer in my body. Yes. So plant-based diet. Yes. We have a cheat day, what we call a cheat day, a Friday where we can eat meat and all. A cheat day. Yeah, a cheat day. So it's good. It's good. It's good. My family has embraced that. We eat our starches, munga, regio, and all that. It's easier to digest. Yeah. That's what I can say about diet. But it differs. Yes.
Thank you so much, Miss Marufu. I think we were all helped. You heard the first thing: be positive, and then get enough time to rest. Eat early, be on a good diet, eat healthy, less meat, and more plant-based foods. We hear that it's one of the things that really helped her. So it can also help you if it really helped her this much. So thank you so much for your time. My name is Sharon Madziva. We'll see you next time.